so many games. If you're on like, Discord or Reddit or Twitter, so many people talked about all this free stuff that all these other games are giving out to their player base because it's a holiday. And Raid really, other than I think there was a,
Look behind you.
yeah, was that it? I guess was that our Halloween?
I mean, it's surprising because usually Halloween I thought was like either not really their favorite, but their second favorite holiday.
Right.
Because normally the Halloween stuff was fantastic. It was, good champs,
Time to
and
break out the fruit snacks.
you get like a lot of good. We got plenty of stuff last year as far as rewards, as shards and different things. So it was kind of surprising that they didn't do more. And I think that's what kind of disappoints people so much. It's in that there were few things that Raid did during the course of the year that you could kind of rely on as far as being a beneficial time to
Right.
play. And
The holiday
Halloween was like number two. You had number one at Christmas, and then
Right.
number two Halloween.
Because it kind of
And
kicks
now
off that
Halloween
season.
isn't. I mean,
Yeah.
they just kind of made Halloween nothing. Like
It's
they made
more-
Halloween a random weekend. And
Right. It's more gay than even a Halloween fusion. I mean, really?
she's undead. She looks Halloweeny. I mean,
But they didn't really.
her hair kind of reminds me of candy corn of a sort as far as the way they colored it. But I'm not. I don't know. I feel like she did, or she's decent. I mean, she's
Right.
not, game breaking. So, and Halloween champs usually are, I would say, on at least that level, if not even better, because, I mean, Madame Sarah still is one of the
Right.
best champions in the
Frank.
game. Frank is a hard carry for a lot of content for people if they need him.
Especially when you get him early. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, they had some really good
Jack,
Brackus is
yeah.
great, and Harvest Jack both in arena, like they're really good, especially now with the bolster set. Harvest Jack is slowly becoming one of the better, arena defense champs. I mean, it's definitely.
And I've seen other content creators this week talk about like feeling disrespected by Plarium as a player because they don't seem to care about their player base. Do you think that's an issue, or is it just?
Well, they definitely don't. I mean, and they haven't for a long time. What they care about is statistics and numbers to show to shareholders to continue the investment trail and all of that, where they continue to bring money in every way they can.
Right.
So,
or is this just a lame ass Halloween?
I mean, yeah,
they
it's
really
definitely
just did the very least they could do.
I hope that. I mean, it's hard for me to necessarily find fault with a lot of the stuff of things that they give away for free because they
Right.
put so much value on a lot of these things that when they give away an epic book, that's like them giving you $5 or something, or
Right.
a legendary book anyway. I guess.
But
Maybe
if
not
you're
an epic
invested
book.
in the game, you get excited about
But
that.
yeah, exactly. It's and if you're spending some money, you'd like to see a little bit of return when they are getting a massive return
Exactly.
on their pixels, and so
Exactly.
you really would like to see them do more for the player base, but I can't necessarily complain about them not giving away free stuff all the time.
Right.
I will say though that with something that one of the content creators, J Gigs, brought up just recently too, with the Halloween wheel, the spinning.
Was it even possible to win?
Well, and that's the thing. Who won? Nobody, basically.
Right.
Which means it wasn't really a contest. And even if you did win, you had to have created your account in a certain time frame that was only new players.
Again.
That they did not say to all of the other thousands of people that are above me in Arena 3v3 that were all expecting to maybe have a chance to win. And if they did, to get something out of it. And that was kind of really underhanded.
Well, it's like also, too, they finally come out with a promo code, but it's only for new players. A day after Halloween, that comes out.
Right.
And that's almost like a slap in the face, right? Just not giving you...
I mean, in a sense, but more so it's just them, getting new accounts and having people sign up 4 or 5 accounts so that they can then show
so there
in
is no,
the counts of downloads and all of these things. The only thing that matters to them are the numbers. That's what matters. And if you can do things to drive those numbers, that's exactly what they will do. And hey, it makes sense in that aspect. The problem is that if you continue to just only care about the numbers, eventually that's all you will have, and there will be no actual players.
And we may be seeing a breakdown of that right now.
Yeah, and people may find a new game to be a number on, but yeah, it is what it is.
People will put up with so much.
But I don't think they have any issue with having people a mass exodus or anything like that, because I think most of the people that are still here are going to be around because they're either invested in the game, like myself, with a lot of time, money, and effort. And they're not just going to walk away from it because they do some shitty Halloween thing.
It can be a fun game, but it's definitely, I enjoy playing it. I don't put
I
any
love
money
it besides the stupid arena.
But, it is interesting that they're more invested in that newer player, it seems, than the longevity of the game.
Well, yeah.
Let's get what you can
because
now.
when they have issues in the game that affect long-term players, it takes them quite a bit of time usually to resolve those issues, or they just salve things and don't actually fix them outright.
And you think keeping those, because if you've been playing the game for a long time, for a lot of people, you've put a lot of money into it, and you think you would want to really protect those whales.
Well, yeah, no, even just the little, what is it, dolphins, I guess they call it, just somebody who spends a little bit here and there. You want to have a return product that is functional when people are going to show that they're going to continue to support you over time, even if it's a little bit here and a little bit there. You get enough people doing that, and you got a lot of people, you got a big pool of money that they eventually develop, and so you're going to be successful. But they know from experience now that the thing that really drives their revenue is new accounts and flash in the pan type stuff that gets them, a little bit more ad revenue or a little bit more noticeability in things or whatever. And it's only just driving those, quick grabs, because they probably understand that that's kind of what it's going to end up being for them anyway, because they've, kind of messed around so long now that that's the only thing they really know how to do.
And they have a massive advertising department. You've seen
which is just so, and that I think is the thing that frustrates people the most that are into games that are like this, because it's a good version of a game. It's a great game. People get interested in it. They like it. The artwork is fantastic and the graphics are great. The grind of it is so tedious and ridiculous, but most people that will enjoy that grind because that's what they want. They're looking for something to focus in some time and to just really sit down and min-max and do all those things, because that's this kind of game drives that sort of behavior. And that's in a lot of RPG style games that grind to develop characters. And this one, they keep putting out characters, and a lot of them usually end up being halfway useful now, which is pretty good. And so
they deliver on the basics, but they don't go over.
But if you play longer than 6 months, you're not really going to notice any of those things that they don't cover. And most people that play this game are 6 months or less. They don't put a lot more time in it than that. And that's the unfortunate thing, is that they've got a great game and could make it. It is already one of the best, according to the numbers, but it could be that not because of the numbers. It could be that because of the game itself.
Yeah, it could take on a whole other thing.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that they kind of squander that, position that they could be in as far as the canon of video games and things.
Comics, movies, you could take these characters.
Right. Well, but just, when you think about Super Mario Brothers and things like that, you think, oh, it's one of the best games ever. 40 years after it came out, kind of a deal.
Exactly.
And so you would think, like, if they want to have a legacy that their company can develop and then earn money on, then maybe they look into that a little bit and actually make a game that is worthy of that kind of standard. But they easily could. What's there? They easily could. They just need to take care of the things that are just awful.
So, Ken, you've been playing what is coming up 3 years?
Yeah, I think so. Either 3 or 4.
And probably 4. And so, where you stand as a player now? Are you still happy playing?
No, I still do all my dailies every day, and I'm still farming it out. Now, I will say, once I finish my arena or my Great Hall by Christmas, after that, that's probably when I'll stop spending money on it entirely, because it'll just, or if I do spend money, it'll still just be for books, and it'll be because there's a champ that they've put out or that I've gotten that's just amazing. But and I want to use it right now, kind of a deal, rather than just waiting and
we have
farming Doom Tower for a couple of months until I get enough to book it.
Would you go over to the Amy Pons account ever? And that's a spare account.
That's what I've been thinking about, maybe, as far as just like still playing. But my only problem with that is that I can't rejoin the clan to be back in with you.
And that's okay. We don't have to be in the same clan, but it's very sweet that we always are.
Well, no, but I like that. They're not going to watch you. then I know where your clan boss keys are at, and I can see and say, "Oh, okay."
He always sends me
I need to try to do a key,
or he does it himself.
Yeah, I'll get up and do them in the mornings because I do my own in the morning when I wake up.
She needs one more key.
Yeah, see, because it's so important. Like, clan boss is the only place in the game that is consistent shard and book farm. Besides Doom Towers, you get it all. You get it, but you get a finite amount every month rather than the chance of getting a ton in a month. You can hit a Lego book 5 days in a row, and just be cleaning up on some clan boss. It's possible. It ain't very bloody likely, but it is. The chance is there. And I've certainly had weeks where I've gotten 2 or 3 Lego books, and those are great weeks. Yeah, no, I love those weeks. But there's also plenty of weeks where I get 0 Lego books and only blue shards. And it's like, man. But at least still, again, like I'm saying, with Ultra Nightmare, you're at least getting a shard every day. So if you need them, if you need champs, or you need that,
to feel the urge of popping
exactly, to scratch that itch.